think they're riding Hellebuck too hard. They should not be playing in this many games. Comrie should be getting more games. The fact that he played in the All-Star game, the Four Nations Challenger, whatever the shit they called it. I said he's playing too many games. I said if you're going to ride your goaltender that much, you got to expect him to be a little shaky in the playoffs. And so I said, look, they lived by that. They played him all the way through. They rode that horse. They rode that horse all the way into the dirt. So you got to keep him in there. Live by the sword, die by the sword. And they were like, no, Comrie's good. Comrie's good. I'm like, listen, I'm not saying Comrie's bad, but he had a losing record. He was sub 500 in the regular season. Okay. And then I turned around and I said to the same group, I said, so based on what you said about Comrie, you got to be starting Matt Murray for Game 6, right? You got to start Matt Murray for the Toronto Maple Leafs. No, that's different. Wolves had way more game than Stolarz. He's injured. You got to go with Wolves. And he's one bad game. And so maybe that's a hypocrite on me for not saying I would agree to start Comrie, and nothing against Comrie. I just think I'm sticking with Hellebuck. But if you're going to ride with that, then why isn't it good on the other end with Toronto saying, put Murray in net? He's a 2-time Stanley Cup winner. Go with the pedigree. So that's kind of the arguments that I'm having in my chat groups, and I don't think they're too dissimilar from other ones.
But would you have guessed a Hart Trophy nominee and a runaway for the Vezina was going to throw up not only an .850 save percentage, not just in one game, not just in one series, in the entire playoffs through 11 games, through 11 games, an .850 save percentage. He's got a .790 save percentage on the road. Who would have thought of that?
To be fair, you put those stats away, and if I just gave you the stats that's saying he's got 6 wins and 2 shutouts, you'd go, oh shit, he's dominating right now, isn't he? If I 6 wins and 2 shutouts, that's a dominant goaltender. But then you got to balance it out. If you only focus on the save percentage and the goals against, yeah, that makes him look bad. But these ones make him look good. So where is he? He's about midway. Is he not?
Yeah, but I mean, and I said it during my playing days too, like you have the stats for a reason to kind of give you an outline, but the stats don't tell you the full story. But to be fair though, when you look at his game 5 performance...
But look, we're playing Moneyball. We're Brad Pitt. We're Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill in Moneyball. And that's what hockey's getting down to. It's getting down to the stats. I mean, look, the Jets in that 4-0 win in Game 5 beat the Dallas Stars statistically in every category. Every category down the board when it came to face-offs, takeaways, giveaways, hits, shots, everything. So statistically, they were better and it showed on the scoreboard. It doesn't always happen that way, but more often than not, now we have to play the Moneyball game where you got to look at the stats. And statistically, they were better in that game.
Well, Stuart Skinner just had back-to-back shutouts, man, so I don't know what to say anymore.
Well, let's retcon that real quick. He was terrible in his first 3.
I don't know if it's the system breaking down in front of him. Is that part of the problem? Maybe. Is it all the footage and everybody can see it? Is it playoff time? We got 7 games, so we're going to really hone in on your weaknesses as opposed to during the regular season. It's Colorado, Dallas, Buffalo, New York, St. Louis. I don't know, but when he's great, he's great. When he's terrible, he's horrible, man. And he's a terrible puck handling goaltender. Granted, that goal in Game 4 should not have counted, the kick motion, but we'll see, man. Winners, pressure makes diamonds and winners win. But Pete DeBoer, Dallas Stars goalie coach, geez. Pete DeBoer, Dallas Stars coach, is 9-0 in Game 7, so if the Jets can push it to Game 7, you're going up against a coach who's 9-0. Even Mr. Game 7, Justin Williams, wasn't 9-0. He was 8-1.
The fact that the second guy in line is 8-1 in Game 7s, he's due for a loss. Statistically, it lines up for us to get a Game 7.
Undefeated. 9-0, by the way.
Yeah, and you know what? Tom Brady also has the most Super Bowl appearances, the most Super Bowl rings, but he also has the most Super Bowl losses, right? So statistically...
Whoa. He's got the most Super Bowl wins, and all the losses came against Eli Manning. Let's put that out there. Can we be honest about it? If your name is not Eli Manning, nobody has ever beaten Tom Brady in a Super Bowl. Actually, Nick Foles, now that I think about that.
There you go. Statistically, the planets are lining up for a Game 7, and if you bring the Jets home to Game 7, statistically, I've already got them in the conference finals against the Edmonton Oilers.
You know what? You reminded me of this one chick I dated for about a year and a half. She'd
Oh, my God. Really? Is it the mustache?
No. No. You remind me of this one chick that I dated for about a year and a half and change. She put on about 10, 15 pounds, and she's like, I put on all this weight. It's like, well, why do you think that is? Is it that you're not moving enough? Is it that you're eating too much? Calories in, calories out. Oh, no, it's just, I don't know. We have a full moon lately, and just like the stars aren't aligned. The moon is not putting the Big Mac combo in your face. I'm sorry to tell it to you, but that Crunchwrap Supreme and nacho fries with the full sugar Pepsi might have done it.
No comment.
You're starting to sound like that. The Jets, the planets are aligning. I had the nacho cheese fries. Or, my grandma, when she watches the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, she'll turn the TV off and they're losing, go for a walk, come back and hope that they're winning.
Yep. You do whatever it takes. The rally caps go on whatever it takes. And if it works, then it was all on you.
And then you got Mark Scheifele, who was selling that punch from Jamie Benn. Hart in the mainstream media were selling Trump derangement syndrome and fear-mongering to the elderly during the last 3 weeks.
What the frick, guys? What the frick?
Hey, if you enjoy what you just saw, we do new clips every single day, twice a day on the Clips channel. You see clips right here. And beside Dave's crotch, we have a full-length show every single Sunday, right by my hand.
Click right here.